Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about identity and access management. So let's go over to the IAM service. Perfect. So this brings me to the IAM dashboard. And what this is telling me is I need to complete a number of actions. So this is my root account. It's company production. I use AWS organization, so it's laid out basically within organizational units per account. So this account, it's telling me I need to delete my root access keys, which I will do. I've already activated my multi-factor authentication on the root account. This is the first thing you should do with any root account. Because IAM has no lockout capabilities, which means that if someone is knocking on the front door of your account, they can continuously try the passwords over and over again until they get in. So multi-factor authentication is something that you should really have on there from the get-go. So this is also telling me I need to create individual IAM users, and I should use groups to assign permissions, that I'm not creating users willy-nilly, that users are grouped in certain permission types based on their role. And finally, it is telling me to apply an IAM password policy. So you can just click in and manage the password policy. And very simply change password policy. This is it. It's a pretty standard page. It's enforce a minimum password length. I've hit 14 because that is recommended by CIS, and a level of complexity. Depending on your company's policy, you would configure this to map that document. But I would reflect based on your on-prem and your cloud to ensure that within that document or requirements that MFA is a requirement in there. And if it's not, I think it's something you should put your hand up and say, hey guys, do you know that these accounts don't lock out? So we should definitely put MFA on our users up there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a group because it's good practice. So let's jump over to groups to the left hand side and click create a group. And I'm going to call this group admins. Okay. And I am going to then attach a pre-built policy from Amazon called administrator access. And I'm going to create that group. Okay, so I now have an admins group, but I have no active users in that group. So let's go over to the left and let's click users. Let's add a user and let's call this Jimmy admin 1. And I am going to just give Jimmy access to the AWS Management Console. Programmatic access is your command line access. This is more so for your service accounts and your CI/CD pipelines. Please protect your access keys. They are of utmost importance, and depending on the level of access, they can do a lot of harm to your environment. I'm just going to click auto generate a password, and I'm not going to require this user to reset their password on login. Because this is a tutorial, please follow whatever your company policy is. Excellent. So group admins, policy attached is administrative access. Next, I'm just going to put a name and I'm going to call this admins just so I can track it if I need to after the fact. Okay, so now I have a user's details. I have a username JimmyAdmin1. The type of access this user has is AWS Management Console access with a password. Console password type auto-generated, require a password reset no, and permission boundaries is not set. So I can go into JimmyAdmin1 and I can lock down his permissions even further if I require to. Okay, and I'm going to create that user. Success. So you successfully created the user shown below. Boom. JimmyAdmin1, his password, and then I can email this to Jimmy, who doesn't exist. So I'm not going to do that. So if I go back to my dashboard, it's now going to show me all green lights except for my root access keys. So I have an individual IAM user. That user is in a group, and I have an IAM password policy. So as I said, if we were to go to this user, into Jimmy security credentials, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like to assign MFA. So you go manage, you get 3 options. This is more so for company type root accounts. You want to lock these root accounts away and limit access to them. They should never be used. You should use IAM profiles to administrate your environments. So most people are going to use virtual multi-factor devices, so something like Google Authenticator or whatever app you have installed. So you select this, you hit continue. It's going to give you a QR code. If I click that, it'll show a QR code. I'm not going to do that for right now. You take a picture of that with your phone with the relevant app, and you type in the 2 codes here and here. Hit assign MFA, and then your multi-factor authentication will be assigned to your profile. It's as simple as that. Okay, thanks everyone.